First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 50 seconds of Mike. No gain on this defense, no gain. SOS. Go on. SOS. Check. Slam. You draw corkers. Ready.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Sam off. Jim. Slam. No. Get it.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Patterson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. B.J. Hill able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Check 50. Who's right, Chief?
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Under 10. OP.
On 2nd down, Johnson.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
What down? Scan situation. Let's go.
From midfield, here's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Patrick Owasor coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
6-6, pull it high.
2nd and 9 now. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 49 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Patterson. That's caught. It's Thomas. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jacob Hollister, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes at it a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd and 9, Carr looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick on Rossor. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 57. Topper. Joker.
Back to throw. Patterson feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
You're not ready. Check nine. He's coming. We got double up.
A give to Kamara running right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Watch twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Dontari stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It's our field.
On second down, it's Johnson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play action. Now it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help them in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped them in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
Look at me. Zipper. 5.
running with Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Set up, 18 Gator. All day.
To throw on second down, Patterson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Patterson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Carr throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
29.
Throwing his car on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Vaughn. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, Patterson trying to lay one up deep. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Patterson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Shane Ray. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Back to throw. Patterson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Thomas the intended target. But now it's third down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Throwing on third and long. Patterson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
A 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
A final shot before break. Patterson. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Patterson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Patterson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... And this is caught. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Patterson under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Bang, 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 bang. Get ready.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Looking to throw. Patterson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get this down to the 10. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Carr going to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
93. 93.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Vaughn. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Anzalone gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, Zoo.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He completes it to Tate. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He's got his man. This is Tate. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly what I've done.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Recon, 132 fighter. 36. 93.
Carr now on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Completes it to Davis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. On 1st down, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Patterson over the middle, and it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
The Saints on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Patterson. He's going to air one. He's got him in. Complete. Give him 32 on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
It's 3rd and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Get it. On third down, Patterson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
You're mine.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Crunch. Right or one. Get down, get down.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards and a Giant first down. From midfield, here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Carr under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Check 43.
Throwing on third and long. Carr finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
7:34. 47.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes, Coach, say that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smells terrible.
Let's go.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. White Monday down. Watch the shit.
To throw again. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. Incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for New Orleans, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Giants, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for our